That's Soot. Silas, Kayana. I got my first challenge here, breaking into my parents' house. The snow is super deep and the door is super snowed in. So, this is probably the hard part of the trip. Parents didn't know I was coming. And it's winterized there in Hawaii right now, like many Alaskans. And I just got the stove going for wood, and there's no running water here, so it's snow melting on the stove. One thing that's kind of cool, a lot of these houses are built by 4x8 sheets of plywood, so the dimensions are in those units. So this wall behind me's got 3 4x8 sheets, so that's 12 feet. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. One room cabin initially. That was my mom, my stepdad, my brother, and me, so 4 of us in here. And it was on the edge of a river. Maybe I'll ski by there, I'm not sure yet. And that bank has eroded away so that those houses have either collapsed into the river or been moved. So this one was moved. Check this out. MIT and our outhouse. I stole that sign from MIT in 2007, I guess. Sorry, before coming up here. And this outhouse is actually way over engineered. Like, it's got hinges so it can tip over and you can extract the 50-gallon drum. And there was a heat vent once with a hair dryer that had you could turn on the hair dryer from inside the house. Anyway, and I was super burned out at MIT and kind of pissed off, and so I was like, screw this place. And so I took that sign, and now it lives in our outhouse. This is where that cabin used to be. You can see, well, not this building, but where those trees are leaning out over the river. So this hole, it's hard to see over the snow berm. Tons of snow here. This road used to be further out where the river is, and then it just keeps getting pushed back. And the houses that used to be in here are getting moved or collapsing into the river. The place I'm trying to stay tonight, Jesse Grady, a friend from elementary school that I haven't seen since, said he's going moose hunting today. So I wonder if that means he'll have a moose when I get to Takatna. That's probably still 18 miles in front. Trail's really good. Pretty little glimpse into the Kuskokwim Mountains. I think maybe that one's called Cloudy. Sweet little section of trail here, heading down to Takatna River. I better focus on this trail. Oh boy. I just pulled over to take a picture of these moose tracks. They look brutal. I think when there's a lot of snow like this, it's pretty common that there's a big moose die-off. Just it's so much work for them to move through this. There goes Kevin.
We're safe for tomorrow.
Well, we'll try that tenderloin tonight, and that'll be the test. That'll be the test for sure.
Jesse's spoiling us.
I'm just imagining how hard this would be without the snow machine track. Breaking trail through here. Look at how deep this is. There's full 3 feet on the pole. Yuck. Not that often I'm grateful for snow machine tracks. My new friend Eb from Norway just drove past. I met him yesterday. He's friends with Jesse, and he's going to Oprah, so I gave him about half of my backpack. I'm psyched. There goes Ebba. He's grooming the trail with a bed spring that I think he found here in Ophir and some hay to weigh it down. Classic. I had asked Jesse what these marten pelts were worth, and he said depends on the year, but in a good year 300 marten for one snow machine. Rocks! I never got to see rocks growing up. It's so cool if you're into that sort of thing. Jesse, that I was back at the Cotton with, we both grew up in McGrath. No rocks around McGrath. We both ended up going to college and grad school for geology, and we even studied the same kind of thing in geology. Pretty wild. I am flying on this trail. There's a cabin that I thought was out of reach, and I'm hoping now it's in reach. There's this style of skating, I can't remember if it's called marathon style or Olympic style, and it's where you keep one ski straight and kick out with the other. Awkward without the poles. But that's what I'm doing. I'm doing a lot of it. It's awesome. Boy, I had trouble finding this that long that I had, which is from BLM. It was on the other side of the river, and I was, what's the word? Disheartened or something like that. Well, pretty morning here. I slept in at the cabin, which was really nice. I had drank a ton of water. Starting out this morning, and we're off the river. You can see it's kind of whoopty, which is actually pretty okay on skis because I can glide down and then just catch the top and glide down and catch the top. So I just waxed up. These are called glaciers around here. Seepage coming down from the hill. But people say, oh, there's 2 glaciers on the trail. And this is what they mean. Okay, 6 o'clock. 8 o'clock. Claw marks. Bear claw marks. This is a cover over the window. This is a good, if you needed an indication that it was worth covering your windows, this is a good spot for it. That's pretty cool. Well, today has been a bit of a slog. It's just kind of been a bumpy uphill, gradually uphill. There's no animals out here. Gosh, all I see are moose tracks. I mean, those are animals. I've seen just as many dead animals as live. Right now it's 10 above. Old mining stuff here. Poor man. I'm at a mine that's half abandoned and half active. And there's a couple cabins that are locked. And then there's this. This is the best I could do if I want to sleep under a roof instead of a tent. Oh, I forgot to take a picture of my nice camp. I was back in those woods there. This is my other favorite kind of skate skiing. There's like a high track here. I don't know if I can do it without my ski poles, but you can fall off both sides. I don't think I'm making this look very good. Well, with ski poles, it's great. Basically, it's like it's a freebie. Just look at how pocked up the trail is with moose. It's kind of insane. They go out just far enough to get some bark, I guess, and come back. Bark, come back. And this This is Ruby, and about an inch of snow overnight. Supposed to be a tailwind on the river. I am getting just pushed right along. It's awesome. But when the sun's not on me, I can't see anything besides these stakes. And I sure hope the stakes are go the whole way. Today wasn't always this easy, but it is right now. I am hauling ass. Oh, here's a trail marker. You can see how fast I'm going without. Oh, where's that marker? Well, that wasn't very effective. I'm going fast. It's awesome.
There goes Karen with her 3 dogs. And I was able to crash in their extra cabin last night. And then she just gave me a tour out of town, the back roads, past Galena, through Galena. Animals 5 and 6. Man, I have not seen a lot of wildlife. They've all been moose. And then the dead animals in the traps.
Nice to meet you.
Likewise. That was a huge wolf. Nice camp out here. Here's my little universe. My boots and my stove. And my sleeping bag. It's maybe not that interesting. But I really like to do everything from inside the bag. So as soon as I get to camp, I set up the stove with my legs in the sleeping bag, and it's pretty cozy.
This is the group bringing an elder back to Nulato, who passed away in Galena last night.
Well, I made it. I got a mouthful of Skittles to celebrate. Can't figure out how to get my glove back on. Just outside of Nulato, 300 miles. And something that's been really cool is that the Yukon, which I thought was going to be the least interesting, was actually awesome. Because it was really social. Today I talked to Pete, and Shirley, and Ralph, and Tim. Yesterday to a young couple that was like date night. They were out with their gun looking for wolves. So that was really nice. And the travel was fast and perfectly flat. So I actually kind of like this stuff better than the portage from the Kuskokwim to the Yukon. The interesting mix of cabins and then Western style for sure. I think this was the first Russian settlement in the Yukon. Long history before that. And since that,